Whew, I'm so sick of this coon, I tell you. And I'm telling you right now, if you Tombies come up in here, know that your asses will be escorted out. I mean, if I think you're a Tommy, I'm deleting and blocking your shit. I'm telling you that right now, so don't waste your time. Now, yeah, I keep allowing myself to get baited in, considering how they make sure his videos make front page headlines. But now I've realized that we've got to kind of keep an eye on this fool to some degree. And I can't hold back responding to this. I've been wanting to like respond to this even before Tommy talked about it, because I've been seeing this rumor circulating. But now you've got our own supposed people participating in this dumb shit, you know. Now, I'm not a fan of Obama, or shall I say the Obama administration, because I know that he's been selected, just like how you have many black puppets and mouthpieces today being selected to voice and carry out plans of white supremacy. And Uncle Tommy is definitely an example, although he now wants to play conspiracy theorist. But see, it's dumbasses like him that make people who are real and people who come with the truth. He makes people look, conspiracy theorists look like dumbasses, you know. And see, we got a lot of these people like Alex Jones, who you would call a disinformation or misinformation agent. Okay, they're set up to mislead those who believe in government conspiracies, etc. Tommy is definitely one of them, and he's trying to play on that now and tickle the ears of a lot of these white conspiracy theorists, many of whom are racist. Let me tell you that right now. Many of them are like neo-Nazi racists. You need to know that. Okay, before y'all think that y'all are all on the same side. Yeah, let's take down the Jews. Many of these white conspiracy theorists are militia, neo-Nazi racist, okay? And I definitely believe that about Alex Jones, just to let you know. Now, like I've said, I'm not with the Obama administration, okay? I haven't really been too much with Obama, especially with a lot of the stuff he's been doing and saying lately, you know. And not to take away responsibility from Obama and blame everything on someone else. I don't mean to, you know, not make him accountable for everything, because he's a grown man. But I know that he's not really the one running shit. So I don't give these racist crackers like Alex Jones the satisfaction of joining them and speaking against my peoples. I think we really need to be careful with that. You know, I question black people who sit with white folks speaking on the Obama deception, etc. You have to understand the issues that whites have with Obama is not the same as what we may disapprove of about Obama. See, their hatred of him, it goes beyond his policies, etc. Although they can now use that as an excuse for hating him. Now, Uncle Tommy is talking about the gay president, tickling the ears of his white male audience, being that, you know, many whites listen to him, and many whites hate on black men, many white males, many of his white male audience. And I've noticed that there are these particular posters, these two particular white men who post all kinds of racist shit against blacks in his videos, but he refused to delete their post or block or ban them, although he would, let's say, block someone like me. Now, I know that there are those of us who disapprove of how Obama's been allowing himself to be the president who promotes the homosexual agenda, although he doesn't want to represent black people. He's not the black president, as he says. And like I said, though, they're going to use this black mouthpiece and this black image to carry everything out. They're going to use him to carry it all out and do all the dirty work for him. But I suggest that we be careful to not join whites and straight calling him the first gay president and joining them in the criticisms. And I'm not saying that he's above criticism simply because he's black. I'm not saying that we shouldn't hold Obama accountable for things, okay? Especially if you voted for him. You know, me, I'm not with politics, period. You know, my spiritual beliefs, I don't support the world. Not anymore. But I'm not going to give them the satisfaction. You see, Tommy, he's going along with this shit because he's trying to please his white audience and tickle the ears of white males who are deep down very jealous of black masculinity. And how is he trying to call somebody out as being gay?
You know what you go see? What? Thor. You don't like them kind of movies, I do. You do?
Yeah, I seen the first one.
Because it's a sexy white man, ain't it? He is sexy. I ain't gay and he is sexy. Look at you laughing, you know. You can't even lie. That white man's sexy. Look at you. Yeah.
Now, listen to how he's referring to this white man as sexy. Now, I can say that another female looks attractive and stuff, but look how far he's going in saying he is sexy. And he loves tickling the ears of white men, doesn't he? I mean, there's this other coon in YouTube who felt the need to go as far defending white people. Going on saying how the person recorded to have the biggest penis was a white male. Now, why would a brother even feel the need to say some shit like that? I don't get it. I've lost all respect for Ice-T when he was defending Coco's ass. You know, he's always speaking up for white folks. He always feels he has to defend white people. Like when he said how Eminem is better than 90% of these black cats out here rapping. You know, he went as far as saying, in defending Coco's ass, he went as far as saying that a white woman, saying that a white woman can't have a fat ass is like saying that a white man can't have a big dick. I mean, what the? Whew. This ass kissing the white people, I'm telling you, it is getting crazy. Oh, and look for me to talk about Miss All-American Raven Simone in an upcoming video. Because I'm telling you, these new black folks today, the new black, I mean, they're just killing me, for real. But anyways, now, Uncle Tommy is now trying to suggest that President Barack Obama's wife, First Lady Michelle Obama, may just be a transsexual based upon conspiracy rumors that he's heard. And it's being said that Joan Rivers was murdered by the Obamas because she revealed this secret that Obama is gay and that Michelle Obama is transgender, or she was born a male, actually.
And do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman president?
We already have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a
I'm sorry, she's a what?
A transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. It's okay. She doesn't.
Now, people have been trying to say that Michelle Obama looks like a man. You know, that's just part of this whole black woman bashing trend that's become very popular in the past decade, saying that black women are ugly and mannish. But since Joan Rivers has said this, the rumor has like really taken off, and it's become a conspiracy theory with people, you know, pointing out photos, trying to show that she has a penis tucked, going as far as photoshopping pics. I mean, it's really getting stupid. But now you have a black man, Uncle Tommy, which don't surprise me. He's participating in this foolishness, you know. Now, they're trying to say that Michelle was once Michael, and during some time during her life, she had a sex change operation. Okay. That's the big secret. Okay, well, when was this? Because it seems as if she's been playing dress up since she was a baby. She's been looking like a little girl since she was a baby. And how does Michelle look like a man? I want to know, how does she look like a man? Okay, she's tall, but a lot of women are tall. Yeah, I believe she's tall, right? But I see a female here, a lovely female. The only thing that would make me question is Michelle's low, thick eyebrows. But I've noticed that when women shave their brows off and redraw them, trying to make them look higher and more arched, that can sometimes just make them appear, you know, tranny or trannish. You know, thank goodness I have naturally arched eyebrows, but I suggest that, you know, females chill some of that eyebrow arching and lining, and make sure that your makeup artist is an artist, okay? See, I'm an artist, okay? I'm an artiste, and not everyone's an artist. We need to realize this. But, you know, I mean, I see a beautiful woman here. Like, I've always felt that Grace Jones is a very stunning, beautiful woman. But she, too, had those, like, low eyebrows and would arch them really high, which added to her whole androgynous look. Now, she was purposely trying to look androgynous, you know, considering that she wore her hair in a more masculine haircut and would sometimes wear men's suits. But she's a very beautiful woman. I mean, she has like perfect lips, and all of her features on her face are like perfectly aligned. I mean, she has very beautiful bone structure. And many blacks have high cheekbones, which is actually a feature most women desire to have. But some can also see such cheekbones as strong or masculine, which is really ridiculous. I mean, most white women, they don't have such high cheekbones, which is why they apply blush to their face to give that illusion of higher cheekbones. Yet, it's masculine on black women. See, that's the bullshit that I'm talking about. Like, when I was a kid in the 80s, I was teased over my thick lips. I was really, really teased. But when I became an adult in the 90s, dudes were telling me that my lips were now sexy. Now, when did big lips, which were once heavily teased, when did they become sexy? See, it's when white women like Molly Ringwald and Kim Basinger, when they begin getting praised for having lips thicker than the average white woman, that's when people begin to see thick lips as something sexy. And in 90s glamour magazines, you saw white women with collagen-filled lips like the actress in Beaches, Barbara Hershey, and they started doing lip techniques, you know, teaching you how to paint outside the lining of your lips, to put the lip liner outside the lining of your lips to make your lips appear larger, and they've been doing that ever since. But you see, they already knew that our lips were beautiful all along. They just didn't want us to realize this, okay? But it's like we've always got to get their confirmation before we realize that something is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? That's what's really messed up. I mean, what do you think inspired the bustle era in fashion? Although they always start out mocking our features, just as they mock our dancing and singing, etc., which is really about jealousy. When somebody can't stop talking about you, that means they can't stop thinking about you. And that is really not so much hate as it is jealousy. And jealousy is very closely connected to hate. Trust me, that is jealousy. That's why they love going to Tommy's videos talking about black women, because you got a lot of females and males who are jealous, obviously, of black women. That's what this is about. Black people, male and female, know that there are a lot of people who are jealous of you. Okay? It's about they hate us because they ain't us. Believe it or not. And black women, you need to know that a lot of this is about jealousy when it boils down to it. White women are deep down jealous of Michelle Obama and the fact that the half-white president didn't choose a woman that resembled his mama as his wife and the mother of his children to be by his side in the White House with him. Or even a biracial sister he didn't choose. And notice how they've been trying to say that he wants to cheat on his wife with white women. I mean, they want so badly to believe that Obama could not want her. You know, so she must just be a beard, okay? She must be a man. You know, this is how far they're going. And they want so badly to believe that we are jealous of them when actually it's the other way around. Yes, we're more vocal when it comes to our feelings in regards to our men being with women of the other race. That's more about us loving our men and not as much about hating white women, trust me. Okay, we ain't tripping over a movie with a white woman and a white man in love. We ain't tripping over that, but they can't see two black people in love. It kills them. They cannot see Denzel Washington paired with a black woman. See, that's why you won't see black women in film playing love interest anymore. You will only see black women that they see as being of no threat, or she must make the statement that to be beautiful, you must have Caucasoid genes in you. And that biracial or light-skinned chick, even she makes them uncomfortable. That's not good enough. So they've got to make her look as white as possible for them to be comfortable. Because they got to have a token, you know, so we don't complain. See, the asexual mammy image, that was concocted for cinema and stuff to make white women feel less uncomfortable, although they knew that the men were like creeping with black women, including the fat ones that they'd label as unattractive mammies. See, because it didn't matter to them because it wasn't about love anyways. Okay, but they know that their men have always still been attracted to black women deep down. But still, can someone please explain to me, how does this woman with these womanly curves look like a man? And as I have explained in other videos, you have to understand that black people in general have more muscle density than white people. That is not necessarily a sign of masculinity. Okay, that's like saying a taller race of people are a more masculine race of people, which is ridiculous. You know, we associate tall women with supermodels, do we not? A lot of men prefer taller women, right? But that muscle density in Africans, I'm speaking in general, that is why you can sometimes have a black woman who doesn't even necessarily work out, and she could be slim, skinny, and yet you still see her arm muscle definition, you know. But that's not necessarily a sign of masculinity, because that's what also contributes to the big booty and the hips. Those are the glute muscles, and that also contributes to that, and the thick thighs, the muscle density, as well as where fat is being primarily stored on a lot of those who are African descent. So it's obvious that we have a lot of people who do not understand a black woman's body. Okay, this is about Western world brainwashing on what is feminine and what is masculine. But like I said, this is just about muscle density. But as you can see, she is all woman. Okay, these are womanly curves. And Tommy's asking, how come we never saw pictures of her pregnant? Questioning if those are her daughters. How many other first ladies have we seen pregnant? I don't remember seeing Barbara Bush pregnant. Did y'all see pictures of her pregnant? I don't remember seeing pictures of Jackie Kennedy. I don't remember seeing pictures of her pregnant. Do y'all? I mean, he's so freaking stupid. I swear. See, it's people like him. They just make. Ugh. And anyone can see that these are Michelle's daughters. Anybody can see that. They're a perfect combination of Michelle and Barack. In fact, it's the younger daughter who seemed to take more features from her mama or Michelle's side of the family than the older one. The younger one, Sasha, actually, even though y'all would disagree with me. You know, see, but the younger one, she has more West African features. You know, I believe that Obama, his father was East African, right? Like in Kenya. But she has more West African features. The younger daughter, actually. She looks more like her mama. And see, you can see that. She kind of has a dimpled face, somewhat like her mother's, you know, because Michelle Obama kind of got dimpled cheeks. And the older one, you know, she got Michelle's eyebrows, you know, although they aren't as low, especially considering that she's still young, and your eyebrows, they fall lower as you age. But, you know, I kind of see more of Michelle in the younger one, actually, and I see more of Obama, actually, in the older one, to be honest. I mean, that's just me. But you could clearly see that these are both her daughters. I mean, he's really, really reaching with this video. And, you know, how is this not a woman, though? How is this not a woman? You know, I would think black men, I would think Tommy, a black man, would know a black woman now. Come on now. I mean, does Tommy even really know a woman in that case? And didn't this fool, didn't he reveal that he kind of has a thing for female bodybuilders? Didn't he kind of reveal that? Well, at least white female bodybuilders. Now, what's that shit about? But he's, you know, trying to call her a man. But still, why would someone think that Michelle Obama, with such curves, is more built like a man? Why would someone believe that Michelle Obama looks like a man more than a woman? And even more, how was this woman criticizing Michelle Obama, saying that she looked like a man, a woman who is a gay icon, in fact, who is an icon of transsexuals? They love imitating her. I mean, have y'all seen pictures of Joan Rivers without makeup? Have y'all seen pictures of Joan Rivers even before the surgery? You know, I remember her as far back as the 70s. Now, I used to actually respect this woman. I used to like her, like when she hosted the Tonight Show, you know. I grew up on Joan Rivers. And I stopped liking her when she, after the accusations against Mike, I remember how she just kept referring to Michael Jackson as a queen. And I didn't like that shit at all. See, Joan Rivers is a Republican Zionist, okay? And, see, Michael Jackson, he did not just anger white Americans, but he insulted the Jews. You see, and I remember when Joan Rivers was like, just, you know, she's just ugly regardless. But I remember her talking about Michael Jackson, calling him a queen and all kind of shit. And that's when I started losing respect for her. And I really started seeing that, you know, she's not just a comedian. I know there's been tons of Michael Jackson jokes, and comedians talk about people. That's what they do. But this woman is actually a very mean and ugly woman, physically, internally and externally, okay? And have you seen pictures of this woman? Now, real women have curves, okay? She's talking about how Michelle Obama looks like a man. Look at this woman. And see, if Joan Rivers was murdered, even though I don't believe she was murdered, she was an old ass woman, old as dirt, okay? I know we're not supposed to disrespect the dead, but she was old as hell. I'm surprised that she had survived in the past, you know, being that old, cutting up on her face and stuff. Now, she's an old woman having surgery on her throat, supposedly a minor operation. I mean, you ain't really supposed to be, when you're that old, you need to be careful of cutting your finger, okay? Let alone cutting on your throat, okay? Was it really, really that necessary? Was this really a health risk? Did she really need this surgery? Now, but if she was murdered, I would think that it has more to do with what she has been saying about what's been happening in Gaza. Okay, see, Tommy ain't gonna talk about that. You know, it's crazy how he wants to now come off like he's this conspiracy theorist, and he's just saying shit, trying to get with these whites, you know, listening to David Duke talk about the Jews. He's trying to team up with these white folks now, tickling their ears. You know, these white folks that want us to join them in taking down the Jews so they could be in a higher position of power. Because, you know, white folks, the so-called Anglo-Saxon, they've been doing a lot of the dirty work for Jews, you know, and I'm going to get more into that. Since, you know, Tommy want to talk about people not talking about the Jews' role in slavery, but you see, he ain't gonna talk about that shit. You know, he talks about Tariq Nasheed not being afraid of the Jews, supposedly. But have you noticed this dude loved taking photos with Jews, and he loved being seen with these Jewish actors, and he's been supporting these Jews, even racist Jews like Sarah Silverman, who said she want to shit on Martin Luther King's grave or whatever. Yeah, she talking shit, making jokes on Martin Luther King. And Tommy Sotomayor is supporting this woman, even though he made a lame ass video making an excuse for that, you know, and he's cooning, doing ice bucket challenges with Jews and shit, you know, but yet he's saying that Tariq is scared of Jews and kissing their ass and this and that. You see, Tommy, he think he's so slick, you know. Now he's trying to play Alex Jones now. he could talk about the so-called theory that Michelle Obama, the Obamas, yeah, they got all this power. We all know they ain't got that. They ain't really running it like that. But he's saying how they had Joan Rivers killed. Yeah, they had anyone who speaks against the Obamas. He's claiming that they're having them killed. If anything, Joan Rivers was murdered. If she was murdered because she has been making her Israeli brethren look bad. She's been talking too much, and they cannot be seen as the bad guys in this. But she have, right before she died, shortly before she died, she had made some comments that have really got a lot of people appalled, and showing insensitivity to the Palestinian lives that have been lost or taken in the state of Israel.
All right, so I'm trying to get celebrity reactions to what's going on with the Palestinians and Israelis right now.
Let me just tell you, if New Jersey were firing rockets into New York, we would wipe them out. I am so bored. If we heard they were digging tunnels from New Jersey to New York, we would get rid of Jersey. So I don't want to hear anymore, oh, we'll do a partial truce. The Palestinians, you cannot throw rockets and expect people not to defend themselves.
What about the civilian casualty rate?
Then don't put your goddamn things in private homes. I'm sorry, don't you dare put weapon stashes in private homes, and then we say get out. Of course, we're gonna do it.
The response normally is where are the civilians supposed to go?
I don't care. They started it. You're all insane. They started it. What are you all saying? They started. The Israelis did not throw their... For months this has been going on.
How do you resolve it?
What are you supposed to do?
How do you resolve it?
How do I know? Because I have been over there. That's how I know. And I wish the world would know. And BBC should be ashamed of themselves. And CNN should be ashamed of themselves. And everybody, stop it already.
Almost 2,000 Palestinians dead.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Tell that to the people in Hiroshima.
Yeah, it was almost 100,000.
Good. When you ask Colin Powell, when you declare war, you declare war. They started it. We now don't count who's dead. You're dead. You deserve to be dead. You started it. You started it. Don't you dare make me feel sad about that.
How do you get rid of Hamas without the civilian
You can't get rid of Hamas. You have to say you do not recognize them. They are terrorists.
They were democratically elected, and this is just an argument.
They were re-elected by a lot of very stupid people who don't even own a pencil.
This is the most number, percentage-wise, of civilian deaths.
Oh, so
even more than World War I, more than World War II.
And you know what? Go back. to the atomic bomb and what we did in Japan.
Does it make it right? We also
you don't start wars and then decide.
I agree with you.
Sorry,
but
don't
we also
speak to Colin Powell. You know, they were told to get out. You don't get out, then you know you're an idiot. Then at least the ones that were killed were the ones with very.
And if they offed her, it's because, you know, she's been, you know, every time someone puts a mic in her face and asks her about, she's been really being a little too outspoken on that. And that's, you know, not making, you know, her Israeli brethren, like I said, look good. And they don't want that negative attention. They don't want to be painted as evil, because her comments had got a big backlash. And that's why, like I said, like with this whole Ferguson situation, I believe that a lot of this stuff is being set up to divert attention away from what's going on over in the Middle East. Y'all need to seriously know what the hell is going on. But see, Tommy ain't gonna talk about that. He'd rather touch on the stupid tabloid shit, but he's so called for conspiracy theories. He'd rather, you know, it's just like you got these people making these Illuminati videos, and they just want to focus on, Lil Wayne is gay and shit like that. They're not going to talk about the real. I mean, you honestly think these people are part of? Are you serious? They may be puppets. But do you honestly think that these people are part of the Illuminati? Do you honestly think that they would give or share their seat of power with a Lil Wayne? Are you for real? You know, I'm not saying that they ain't puppets, you know, but seriously, see Tommy, he's so full of shit. I'm telling you, Tommy Sotomayor, dude is crazy as cat shit. For real. He is nuttier than squirrel shit. Now, when he put up this video about Michelle Obama and basing it upon rumors he's heard in a video he watched made by obviously some white woman talking who can scientifically prove that Michelle Obama was born a man, and she talks about how a man's ring finger is usually longer than his index finger, and Michelle has a ring finger that's longer than her index finger, or like she says is the case with men. Well, I looked at my hand and I noticed that my ring finger is definitely, on both of my hands actually, especially the left hand, my ring finger is definitely longer than my index finger. Well, let me quit talking because I have a deep voice. So, someone may try to assume now that I'm a man, despite my daughter's vaginal birth being witnessed, you know, and me having actually breast reduction surgery. Yeah, why are we listening to this white woman talk about a black woman's body form and how a man and a woman should look? I mean, haven't we listened to white people, their anthropologists, long enough telling us how Negroes should and should not look, and what is a true Negroid, super Negroid? And I heard that this same person also did a video on Serena Williams trying to say that she's a man. So in the video, he was like throwing hints, like saying how anybody who goes against the Obamas, they end up dead. Anyone who speaks against the Obamas, they end up dead. And that's why Joan Rivers is dead. And don't be surprised if he gets censored. And so when people were disapproving of his video on Michelle Obama and not agreeing with him and saying that he's now being childish and he's reaching and he's getting desperate making videos like this, and he's sounding very stupid. So basically, majority of people weren't feeling this video. So he goes as far as shutting down his channels. I believe that this fool then actually shut or had his channel shut. Honestly, I think he's like working with YouTube. Because now you got the same posters. They're like, oh my gosh, you were right, Tommy. They're coming after you, Tommy. You got to fight the power, Tommy. You know? So now he's like he's doing a radio show, whatever, going against the Obama administration. He's taking on the Obamas now. That's his new thing. He's adamantly trying to prove that Michelle Obama was a man. And see, this is what he does. When he's losing, like, followers, he does things to get sympathy. And so now people are like, oh my gosh, maybe he was right. The Tommy fans, they are so stupid, I swear. He's actually going this far. I mean, think about it. Now, all the Illuminati videos, conspiracy videos, all the stuff that's been said against Obama, and by popular people like Alex Jones, who continuously talks about the Obama deception. But it is Tommy's channel, and just him talking about Michelle perhaps being a man, that is enough to really make the government react, really make them come after him now, you know. Oh my goodness, this guy is seriously Looney Tunes, for real. He needs some help. He seriously needs some help. He oh my gosh. But anyways, you know, I want to further talk about this idea of black women looking like men and black women appearing more masculine, etc. So perhaps I'll go over that a little more in my next video.